further adventures of Biggles.
After the excitement of the morning, Algy and Ginger hope there'll be a few hours' peace at the oasis, so that work on the airstrip can be completed. But this is not to be. The Kirghiz who accompanied Ginge on the ambush ride in and demand food, which is now running low. Algy is forced to draw on his meager stocks and give them some, or risk a battle with the savage tribesmen. Then, while all those who are fit enough are working on the landing strip, there are more interruptions. First a wandering Buddhist pilgrim, then another and larger band of Kirghiz. Ritson guesses why they have come.
Those who were here earlier must have met this party in the desert.
And told them about the food?
Yes, these men have come for more. They will take all we have.
No fear they won't. We've scarcely enough to feed ourselves. Go over and talk to them, Henrik, and tell them to go to blazes.
Well, I shall try to reason.
What the dickens is going on, Algy? You've almost got to push through this crowd to walk around
Oh,
here.
there are too darn many altogether.
Who's Ming's pal?
Oh, he's nothing, just a Buddhist pilgrim. I told Ming to buzz him off.
And do you expect Henrik to buzz the Kirghiz off?
Well, I hope he can. We haven't enough food for them.
What? They're not after more food.
That's Henrik's guess.
But we haven't enough.
How did you go, Henrik?
No, it is useless, Algy. They told me the same story as the others. The communists are hunting them away from this part of China and they need food.
I'll be blurred to them. We haven't enough for ourselves.
I told them that, but they called me a liar. They said we had given food to their friends, so we must give it to them.
I wish I had a machine gun. I'd teach those confounded thieves a lesson.
You haven't one, so you will have to agree.
No, I won't. I'm not going to see our own people go hungry.
Hello, they're going.
For the oasis. They will ransack the place and perhaps kill all those who are there. You must give in, Algy, at once.
Blast them. All right, Henrik. Dash over and tell them we'll go in first and find the food for them.
Very well. You had better hurry.
Come in too, Ginge, in case there's trouble. Tell the missionaries to keep working on the strip and then follow me in.
Good grief, I've never seen Henrik so wild.
He isn't the only one.
No, you're frequently that way, but he's usually so calm about everything.
Mr. Blazes, I could understand the yabber. I don't like the way they're shouting back at him.
He's giving as good as he gets. They're certainly not browbeating him. I believe he's talked them into it. Yes, they're definitely going this time.
What was all that about, Henrik?
They said it was not enough. I told them they could find many more if they were welcome to it.
That's just about right. There are a couple of tins of emergency rations in the bottom cave and no more.
And when they continued to argue, I lost my temper. I told them to get out and never come back. The blackguards. Why should we supply them with food? They have been promised payment for what little they have done for us.
Good work. Anyway, Henrik, it seemed to impress them when you shouted at them. I don't suppose they expected it.
I'm glad you did get rid of them. As it is, the food we have won't last a day. If they'd taken that too, we'd have had nothing.
Mr. Lacey! Mr. Lacey!
What the dickens is it now, Ming?
He's brought the pilgrim in with him. Bet chance he hasn't gouging food from us.
I asked you to tell that fellow to go, Ming. The Kirghiz have taken nearly all our food.
It's not food alone that he wants.
A few coins will make the man happy. They live by begging.
Oh, we can have some money if he wants it. I couldn't care less about that.
There is no doubt he will accept the money, but neither is that what he has come for.
Well, then what is it?
He says he is the bearer of a message.
A message? For whom?
For you, Mr. Lacey. It is written on the paper he carries.
Oh, that's impossible. No one would send me a message here. Bring him over.
I think poor old Ming must be imagining things.
Well, it seems strange. And yet he reads English as well as he speaks it.
This is the pilgrim.
Do you speak English?
He has a few words. He has traveled to India and learned something of the language there.
Where's the message Ming was talking about? The paper.
You Englishmen at Nanhu,
Well, there are several of us here. I'm in charge.
paper for you.
It's from Biggles. This is his handwriting.
What's he say?
Just a minute. Am on the ground about 50 miles south of you. Having some trouble, but think we can put it right. Thought we'd better let you know. If we don't show up in 10 days from date above, count us out and do the best you can. Sorry, Biggles.
He may not come,
Of course he'll come. Biggles has never let us down yet.
but he says in the note...
When was it written, Algy?
It's on a page from his notebook, and it was written, 5 days ago.
He must have gone down soon after he left us, on the way back to Pakistan.
I wonder if he's been there ever since.
Well, this bloke's been 5 days getting here. That's a bit tough with an urgent note.
10 miles a day is good traveling in this country, particularly as this pilgrim would have no cause to hurry. Time would mean nothing to him.
I don't suppose planes would either. The aeroplane. Did my friend say what was wrong with it?
Not no aeroplane.
Oh, confound it. We'll get nothing out of him.
Master.
Huh? Oh, what's the idea of the bowl?
Oh, that's for alms.
Oh.
It is customary to give these fellows a little money. To the Buddhists, they are holy men.
Oh, yes. Oh, there you are. Although what you can buy with it, I'm hanged if I know.
The poor blighter looks a bit weary.
He can rest in the caves. Take him up there, Ming.
I shall take him. He is also hungry.
Oh, hang it all, Ming. I told you we had no food to spare. Oh, I suppose we might as well share the little we have. He's helped us by bringing this note. Take him to Miss Traves and tell her it's all right to give him a mouthful of chocolate from the emergency rations. A mouthful, no more.
You will earn his undying gratitude for this.
Well, where does that put us?
5 days. And he tells us to expect him anything up to 10.
We haven't food to last another 1 day, let alone 5.
And even then he may not come. He warned us of that.
I tell you he will come. Biggles won't let us down.
We've been reckoning on him coming tomorrow as we planned, and Biggles will try to make that deadline if he can. Now, I suggest we carry on as normal until after tomorrow. So let's go back to the landing strip and get it finished.
I say, Biggles, old bean, look here. Why don't you grab yourself a good detective yarn and settle down with it? There are a couple of snorters in the locker.
I don't feel like reading, thanks.
Oh, nonsense. I mean to say it'd be good for your immortal belly soul. Personally, we Ulysses find detective yarns most educational.
That's because you, Ulysses, are a bit lacking in education to start with.
What's that? Yes, well, that we shall treat with the ignore it deserves. Besides which, a detective yarn would stop you being so very restless.
Me, restless? I've been lying quietly on my bunk for hours.
Oh, yes, with your hands behind your head, staring at the roof of the jolly old kite. Oh, I know you, old sausage. You're as restless as old Harry inside.
I'm finding the waiting a bit of a strain, that's all.
Somewhat worried, what?
Concerned more than worried. I almost wish we hadn't heard that news from Tunawang.
You mean, that the Commos had seen an Englishman at Nanhu?
Yes. It probably means they've spotted Algy or Ginge. And goodness only knows what they've done about it.
Well, there's one positively perfect way to find out, old bean. We Ulysses have pointed it out to you, you know.
Fly up today. No, Bertie.
Ah, now look here, old bean.
I made a plan. I told Algy we'd be there a week from the time we dropped him and Ginge. That'll be tomorrow.
But, I mean to say, something's obviously burbled amiss since then.
Quite a lot, with both them and us. But it's tomorrow Algy will be expecting us, so tomorrow we'll arrive.
Sizzling sausages!
Eh?
By now, they should have that note you sent to them. You remember, you gave it to the jolly old muffin man the day we came down.
The bloke with the bell? Oh, I wouldn't count on that. It's possible he didn't even go to Nanhu. It's only a shot in the dark.
Yes, maybe so, but the Trout said he was waffling there, so it's equally possible that he did waffle.
All right, suppose he did.
Well, I mean to say, won't it upset the jolly old scheme somewhat? I mean to say, you said something in the note about us not turning up for 10 days or more.
I said to give us 10 days, and then act under their own steam if we didn't turn up. I didn't suggest we alter the original plan if all went well.
No, but I mean to say, as it is, won't it rather confuse Algy? I mean to say, the dear old boy is somewhat thicker in the jolly old scone than a Bigglesworth or a Lissy.
Only you and your imagination.
I beg your pardon?
Algy won't panic. He'll be ready for us tomorrow. We shan't go early, but at the same time we'll have to make sure that nothing delays us.
Yes, it's not the delay after tomorrow that's worrying me, old bean. It's the very delay in waiting so long.
Quiet.
Eh?
You'd better start worrying about delay, Bertie. Did you hear that?
Well, we have got a pair of ears, old trout.
It's another plane from the aerodrome. I thought Kowalski would keep up the search. Now it sounds as if he might have found us.
Discovery by the communists at this late stage could ruin BIGGLES' plans. Have they been seen by the enemy aircraft? Will they be able to pick up their friends as they promised? Listen for the next exciting chapter of The Air Adventures of BIGGLES.